Today I will be ranking every starting pistol, even the non Treyarch ones. This is the ultimate starting pistol ranking. Feel free to comment down below what's your number one. I hope you enjoy the video. To start it off, our first gun coming in at number 15 is the Atlas 45. It's not that good. Just to keep it short, in Advanced Warfare, you're able to upgrade a weapon up to 20 times, and this can be upgraded to Mark 10 on round 5, and will still have a hard time killing a zombie in one mag. The ammo itself doesn't even make sense. You have 10 in your mag and then 65 in the reserve. Why is there 5 bullets chilling there? I'm gonna reload and only have half a mag. Anyways, gun isn't that great. No one really ever uses it unless they hate themselves, want to challenge, or want to see how bad it is when it's fully upgraded. Coming in at number 14, it does hurt me to put this gun here, but we have the Colt 1911 from World at War. It's the gun that started it all. It's pretty fun to use, and I do feel like it could have been higher on the list if it had a remake. But unfortunately, because it is on an older game, it is pretty buggy to use and can be sometimes seen as not doing any damage when you shoot it, especially on the dogs. Since they are a little faster, when you shoot it, it might hit them from behind and not do any damage. It does have a pretty cool name when Pack-a-Punch. Only downside is that it can only be seen on Der Riese World at War, so for high rounds, it's not really used since it can be outshined by the Wonder Waff. Again, it's a really fun gun to use, and I do believe it would have been higher if it had been remade on Black Ops 1, and I would recommend a Pack-a-Punch it once or twice if you have the chance to do so. Just be careful of its splash radius and its little bugs it has in the game. Coming in at a number 13 spot, I might get some hate for this, but we do have the 1911 from Black Ops 3. I wasn't that big of a fan of it, although it's still fun to shoot. I do believe it is because it is a nostalgic gun to us. I feel like they ruined this gun hard. It doesn't nearly feel like the same gun as it did in Black Ops 1 and in Black Ops 2, and to be honest, I almost never Pack-a-Punch any of the Black Ops 3 starting pistols. I wouldn't necessarily blame the gun itself for the entirety of its ranking, but it's just not as strong as the other starting pistols higher up. Not having PhD Flopper as a perk in this game, but instead it's a gobblegum, really hinders what the Mustang and Sally really was to us. And there's just so many other guns to use on Black Ops 3 that are better and funner. At our 12th spot, we have the MR6 from Black Ops 3. I don't really have any issues with the gun, but at the same time, I don't have any deep connections with it. I don't feel sad while trading it away for another gun. I do gotta say, it was nice to see that dual-wield explosive pistols were back. As the main starting pistol in Black Ops 3, it is good for points, but similar to the 1911 from BO3, there's no PhD. So basically, any explosive weapon in this game was nerfed in a sense that you had to use them extra safe, which defeats the purpose of being able to shoot them guns blazing. It is one spot higher than a 1911 because it is the main starting pistol of the game. It has a pretty cool Pack-a-Punch name, but again, it's nothing to die for. I'd much rather get a wall weapon than have this gun. Coming in at the 11th spot, it is the Mauser C96 from Black Ops 3. Now, wait a second before you guys start commenting down below to hear me out. It is a fantastic gun for points. Just when it gets upgraded to the Boom Hilda, it's nothing crazy compared to what we're used to in Black Ops 2. You can't tell me it's the same gun. You can't do the same movement tricks you could in Black Ops 2 and travel the map in sub 3 seconds. Don't get me wrong, this is a very strong gun, but a lot of the qualities that made it outstanding isn't quite there in Black Ops 3. It's nice to be able to dig up the pistol and use it as you feel, but it's nothing really close to how crazy it was in Black Ops 2. And to be honest, the pistols above it are better. We're clocking in the top 10 spots now, and if you have been enjoying the content, I'd appreciate it if you did consider subbing and liking the video. Anyways, we have the M1911 from Black Ops 2. Not quite as iconic as the Black Ops 1 version of it. I do gotta say, I feel like we all Pack-a-Punch this version way more than any other version in Black Ops 3. This gun is pretty good and fun to use, and there's the iconic round 20 strategy on town. Only complaint I have is that there's no PhD flopper besides on the Grief game modes and on Origins, but you don't even have an explosive pistol to use. Therefore, it makes it not as viable as the other guns higher on the list. I know it's not entirely the gun's fault, but if you can't use it because of these factors, then it will hinder its rating. The number 9 spot, we have the Welling from Black Ops 4. It gets tricky now with the CODs where you can pick which weapon you want to start with. And Black Ops 4, the Welling is the base starting pistol given to you, and it's not that bad. It looks cool and it's pretty strong. I have it higher than the rest of the guns because you're able to double Pack-a-Punch it. A few of the guns lower than it would be higher than the Welling if they had the capability of being double Pack-a-Punched, but as we know, this is not the case. Now, I know the alternative ammo types aren't nearly as strong as they are in Black Ops 3, but the fact that you can double Pack-a-Punched it is enough for me to boost it up a few more spots, therefore giving it the number 9. Coming in at number 8, we have the Bloodhound from BO3. The name itself, Pack-a-Punch, and non-Pack-a-Punch is good enough to rank it top 10. When it's Pack-a-Punch, it's called the Meat Wagon. Like, I don't think it gets better than that. All jokes aside, this pistol is very strong and can even one shot in the head, which has never been seen before since this pistol. When it's Pack-a-Punch, it's insanely strong and has a decent amount of ammo. The only issue with this gun is that it's in sort of a close quarter map where it might not be all that beneficial to use. Other than than that, sure, it's not good for points since it can kill pretty fast, but it can kill pretty fast, which is why it deserves this spot. At the 7th spot, call me a cheater, but I'm placing the 1911 from Cold War and Vanguard. It's like they're almost identical. They are pretty similar in the sense that the pack-a-punch method is 5k points for the first upgrade, then 15k points for the second, and then 30k points for the last one. The strength of these guns is there, I just don't like how costly it is to pack-a-punch. Makes me feel like we'd be better off using other guns to invest our money in. The things boosting these guns so high is that you can buy ammo for it. I do gotta say the ammo it does have, which you start with, is insane. You're sitting at around 200 bullets with a starting pistol. Don't get me wrong, these pistols are strong, but if you weren't able to buy ammo for them, they'd be a few spots lower. Being able to buy ammo for them carries them. Lastly, them not being explosive dual wield is kind of a turnoff for me, and I'm sure it is for you guys too. Nobody really wants to rock a single handheld pistol and break their fingers over having to spam it. Coming in at the number 6 spot, we have the Strife from Black Ops 4. We have now reached the spots where it's close to nothing to say that's bad about these guns. They're all in the upper tiers of starting pistols, and the Strife is the gun to start with on Black Ops 4. You can customize it and buy ammo for it off spawn. Being able to double pack punch this bad boy is the cherry on top. The Strife is able to rack you up points and be strong enough to carry you through the game no difficulty. The fact that you can start with it and buy ammo for it is what makes it stand out more than most guns. The looks and feel of this gun when shooting it is so satisfying too, and it makes it worth playing Black Ops 4, which is pretty crazy to say. Coming in to start off our top 5 is no other than the Mauser C96 from Black Ops 2. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like we were all nervous to see a new starting pistol be introduced to the game as it was never done before. But man, did this pistol exceed all of our expectations and make us fall in love with it. The Mauser was and still is amazing for points. It can be dicked up just like in Black Ops 3, but it means way more since it is way better. When you pack a punch this gun, it's like having a handheld Mark II ray gun, stamina on roids, and a jetpack. There's so many ways to use this gun, it's incredible. It pierces through lines of zombies with no difficulty, and you can travel from one side of the map to the other with ease. This gun is a masterpiece, and it's crazy to think it's this high up when you could literally buy ammo for the other guns. I can make a whole video just glazing this gun and how beautiful and strong it is. If you play Black Ops 2, you know this pistol is a masterpiece and is worth pack-a-punching. It works wonders on the Panzer and is a great gun to have for high rounds. At the number 4 spot, we have the 1911s from World War II. It might seem like a surprise or a shocker, but when I explain why and what this gun has to offer, I might change your mind. I haven't used this gun nearly as much as the other guns, but just off the first few times, and I can already tell this pistol is insane. To start off, when you spawn in, you're already at about 90 bullets, which is crazy. Secondly, when you pack-a-punch it, it has a built-in PhD flopper. Yeah, you guys heard me right. You take 0 damage from this explosive dual-wield pistol. The name is pretty sick too. It's an iconic duo and the bacon and eggs. It's awesome at finishing off hordes of zombies too. The best part about this gun is that you can buy ammo for it. If you go up to the pack-a-punch machine, you can buy ammo for it, which is just amazing. Not only is it strong and you take 0 damage from it, but you can never run out of ammo if you're using your points wisely. Mix that in with the specialist World War II offers you and you are set for high rounds. I was very surprised by this gun and I highly suggest using it. Honorable mentions. I am going to be that guy, and before saying the top 3, I will show some love to these guns. Basically, the honorable mentions are the guns that require you to level up a good amount or a few levels to unlock them, such as the RK7 from Black Ops 4 and the machine pistol from World War II. They both can be bought as wall weapons, the machine pistol being a starting wall weapon. They're both pretty good weapons, the machine pistol being automatic and the RK7 being a burst fire. The only exception I made was with the Strife since it stood out so much and was just simply that strong. The machine pistol from World War II actually has a cool little feature implemented. When you pack a punch it and you shoot a zombie, chances are you could stun them. Similar to how it is in Black Ops 2 with Deadwire, it will just randomly activate. As for honorable mentions, I am not including the Cold War or Vanguard starting pistols other than the 1911 because you can't start with assault rifles. I'm not sure if that logic makes sense, but I hope it clears things up. On to the top 3. We're starting the top 3 with a strong and fanfare one. Coming in at number 3, we have the M1911 from Black Ops 1. No joke, I have made it to round 50 with this gun with ease, no wonder weapon on a 2-player game. On Ascension, you pair this bad boy up with PhD flopper and it's GG, you can easily high round. This gun is a borderline wonder weapon. I would consider it about the same level as the ray gun in Black Ops 1. That's how crazy strong it is. This is by far my favorite starting pistol as it's coming from a nostalgic game and is extremely fun to use. Everything about this gun screams sexy. The way it looks before and after pack-a-punch, the way it sounds when it reloads before and after, and the way it shoots. If there were sex magazines for guns, this one would be the head star and the cover page for any magazine. If I were a gun, I would. Coming in at our number 2 spot, you guys probably already expected it, but we have the Kendall 44 from Infinite Warfare. To start, these should not have even been a starting pistol with how strong they are. I didn't feel like doing the Easter egg on PC, but I have done it on PlayStation and used these guns to their full potentials, and oh boy are they dangerous. They have a PhD flopper built in them and have an insane amount of ammo. They look way cooler than when it's single pack-a-punch and at its base form. If you guys have this game, I would highly recommend you do the Easter egg to get the double pack-a-punch unlock just to get this gun. Last and not least, at our number 1 spot, we have the RK5 from Black Ops 3. You guys gotta hear me out. After completing every Easter egg on Black Ops 3, you get to start with whatever base starting pistol and the RK5. The damage itself is pretty solid, and when it's pack-a-punch, it's pretty strong too. What makes it crazy is the alternative ammo type that Black Ops 3 offers you. If any other pistol had this AAT, they would easily be number 1. Black Ops 3 allows us to not even need a wonder weapon with how broken these AATs are. You can, no joke, make it to easily round 100 plus just with the RK5 and any alternative ammo type of your choice. You can buy ammo for the RK5 if ever it runs out, and some AATs even get you drops after killing them with it. Again, if any pistol is able to be double pack-a-punch and have the AATs from BO3, they would easily be first. Without the AATs, I would honestly rank the RK5 bottom 10. There we have it, guys. That was my list of starting pistols. Let me know if you like these type of videos, and if you do, what would you want to see me rank next? Feel free to comment down also what you would change in my list. Deuces Maluses.